What's up, everybody? Let's talk about a few more of the details that we have gotten about the Shattering over this weekend and everything else. So to start, I want to talk about some of the things that Frenchie said in Discord on Friday. So let's go ahead and start. I'll go ahead and share my screen so that y'all can see Discord. Frenchie said, a few points above, the playtest team will have their own bracket at the Shattering. As a general rule, I suggested that they be able to play in any event where the card pool has been revealed for 30 plus days. Ultimately, I'll likely defer to the team on that, but that amount of time feels fair to me. So I think this is something that a lot of people have had feelings about, and I think it's fair. And there's a very long conversation on Discord about like how people feel about this. Does being a playtester actually give you that much extra knowledge, that much more insight? And first off, the playtesters are doing a lot of work to make this game happen, and huge thank yous to them for everything that they are doing. This game would not be where it is without them. So do not take anything I am saying to be saying that I am dissing any of them. But I understand why people have this idea, and I even, like, part of me thinks that same way. Like, the playtesters have been playing with COTS for a while now, Call of the Stones. And so, to me, it makes sense that if they could show up and play in the same Call of the Stones Limited, where they know what the cards do, so on and so forth, they would have an advantage. Obviously, that can be debated up and down the wazoo on whether or not that's true based on a bunch of different factors. But I think from a visibility and a PR perspective, and also just a feel-good, making everybody not feel salty, it makes sense that the playtesters will have their own bracket at the Shattering. I hope that it means that maybe some of the team will get to play. I know Ramel and all the team loves playing, so, and they have similar knowledge of the game, so hopefully it means that they can play and have fun in their own way, but I don't know. The second point Frenchie said is, I know you all want the set. We talked about this and looked at the pros and cons of a release cycle. Reasonable people could disagree here, and that this is an art, not a science, but if you look at all the different pros/cons of the single biggest reason that we have an influx of new people at release for COTS, we felt that letting new people discover the set with those who have been here is a net better experience for all. Again, reasonable people could disagree. This is the main, not only why. So this is talking about, a lot of people have been asking for spoilers for COTS. I've asked for spoilers for COTS. And part of it is, selfishly, I want content to make content about, so that, I can get y'all cool videos. But Frenchie is basically saying that he thinks that we'll get the most people involved in the game if we learn about the game at the same time as people who haven't played the game before. And then it'll be a better experience for everyone. That way new players don't... this is what I'm interpreting from his words. That new players won't feel like they're behind, like they're having to play catch-up, that sort of thing. And I completely get that. I think on reasonable people could disagree is the important part here. I see this point of it. I can see the other side of it. I'm just talking about what is being said. The third thing is that he is establishing or repeating that the COTS Dragon boxes are only one design. It's not going to be like the Existence Dragon boxes where there's a bunch of different designs. And he continues, the multi-boxes were good for creating a drip of fun, but we now need to focus on simplicity. That means fewer box covers and things you have to feel on board, to feel comfortable. There's still a lot of them to go back. There's still a lot for them to go back and learn with all the Existence boxes, and maybe they become even more special. So, if you didn't know already, all the COTS Dragon boxes are going to have one design. So it's going to be nice, easy, simple. There won't be of 99s, from what I'm understanding from this, of 93s, so on and so forth. Frenchie posted a few more times, and I am just I want to make sure that I hit all the things that he was talking about. Somebody asked if they could if we could find out what proofs are in the set. And so Frenchie said that might be a more doable ask and might be better to have the fun of that in the review before the new folks arrive. We have a Shattering meeting later today, and I will talk to the team about this. If we don't reveal those early, I'll come back and tell you why. So either one, okay, we can do that, or two, no, gonna wait, and here's why we came to that conclusion. So this is talking about, if you're not aware, Wonders of the First does have a integration with OpenSea and NFTs, where you can own the art for a specific card. I own the art for, or I own a portion of the art. I'm not super clear on how NFTs work. So I'm going to say I own the art. I own the art for Corruption Warp. That's why I use it in the background of my videos. So he's basically saying that if people hold a proof that's in the set, that they are going to figure out whether or not they can tell them or not tell them. I'm assuming it would be an email saying, hey, these are your proofs in the set. But I'm not 100% sure. It'll be interesting to see. I don't know that I saw a response on whether or not that would be happening. But it's an ask that makes sense, and I get why people wanted to ask about that, and it makes sense that people were asking. I'm not seeing Frenchie. And there's something that came out very recently today that I want to talk about as well, even though it's not really related to the video, but yeah, I'm just gonna jump to it because it's kind of relevant. What I'm trying to find is earlier today, Monday the 9th, Ramel made a post about how to free the prisoner. Whether or not we necessarily believe it's true is its own question. Maybe it was yesterday? Yesterday, in gameplay. Somebody was asking how to free the prisoner. American Texan was asking how to free the prisoner, and we got this very long post from Ramel. Oh, well, as you know, the prisoner isn't free. It isn't easy. It isn't fast. It was never meant to do alone. The quest begins with Joe. You have to seek him out and ask the right question. If he believes you're ready, he will give you a name. No explanation, no context, just the name. You take that name to an SCG con, not online, not through messages, in person. You find Ryder and speak the name out loud. He will only answer face to face. If the name is correct, he will give you the name of a card. That card must be taken to Wicked. Get it signed. Once the card is signed, you bring it back to me. If everything is in order, I will give you the final password. That password, along with the signed card, must be delivered directly to Tinsman himself. No proxies, no shortcuts. And here's the part that matters most. One card is not enough. When enough people complete the quest, when enough cards are brought to him, when the pattern is complete, the prisoner is not free. Don't free the prisoner. So that's fun. We have a clue on how to free the prisoner. I don't know if this is an actual way to freeze the prisoner or not. It could be Ramel yanking our chain like he does sometimes. It'll be interesting. We'll see if somebody can actually make it happen. But returning to the Shattering conversation, because this is something that you can do with the Shattering, which is why it was relevant, and it's not just because I wanted to share it with y'all. It seems like the big things that we know, if you haven't done the survey, you should do the survey. It's here in announcements. If you're seeing this video, it is too late to do the survey and have your stuff delivered to the Shattering. I got a little behind on videos. I've been feeling a little bit under the weather. But if you can still do the survey, you just won't be able to get anything pre-orders or dragon boxes shipped to the Shattering. You will have to get them shipped to your place, whatever address you put in for pre-orders or whatever you put in for the dragon box redemptions. But you should still do the survey. And the big things are Thursday night, pack Brick Bean Games. Friday night is the big event. This is where if you have your stuff delivered, you can pick it up at the Shattering. You can play like breaking games most of the day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Saturday's the sealed tournament. Sunday is the constructed tournament. The Sunday tournament is going to be a unlimited DBS, not immortal, unlimited. So any DBS at all, which makes me think that it's going to be COTS only, so that you can just play with whatever you have. So that'll be fun. Little bit scatterbrained today, sorry y'all. And that's kind of what I've got for you. I wanted to go over that information about the playtesters, and the COTS boxes, as well as it's a little bit late to do the survey if you wanted to redeem your stuff, but it's still important to do the survey so they have an idea for numbers if you're bringing guests or anything. I'm excited to see everyone at the Shattering, and as always, please like, comment, subscribe, and keep being your wonderful selves.